Welcome back. In the previous video, we were able to build the search box and the Poke search result. The last thing that we have remaining in our static design is the Poke card implementation. This is going to be very easy and you already know how to do that. You can also take this as a challenge. You can pause this video and try to implement this component. I can wait for you. So just pause this video and take this as a challenge and try to build all this. So just keep it hard coded, just keep it limited to Bulbasaur, Ivysaur and Venusaur, and just try to build these Poke cards. I'll wait for you. Alright. So now I hope you tried it on your own and let me tell you the solution for this. Awesome. So let's go back to our component architecture design. So as you can see here, this is going to be a Poke list. I am not going to create this element separately inside directly the Pokédex container. Rather than doing that, instead I am going to create a Poke list container, and inside the Poke list I'm going to have individual Poke cards. I hope you got my point, and now let's get started. Let's create another component and let's call that component as Poke list. So that's going to be very simple, Poke list. Let's create as simple as that. You already know what to do here. Create a pokelist.tsx and also create a pokelist.css file. Let's open these two side by side and let's include the CSS files in our component, and let's define a sort of simple functional component and export default pokelist component. So this is super simple to understand, and I hope you are facing no issues in this. And if by any chance you're facing any issue in understanding any of this thing, feel free to revisit the first two projects in the AAM series on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/theleanprogrammer. Awesome. So I hope that's very clear to you now. And if that doesn't help you as well, just feel free to leave a comment on this video and I'll try my best to help you. So for now, let's do one thing. Let's have a p tag saying Pokemon 1 and another p tag saying Pokemon 2. Very simple. And let's style it. So as you know, we are going to display flex. I use flexbox heavily in all my front-end projects. Cool. So flex start, I'm going to align the content from flex start. You already know why, and you already know what this flex start is from the previous videos. And I'm going to wrap the content because I know the Pokemon cards can go beyond the container, the boundary, and the Poke list container. So that's why we need to take it to the next line. So that's done. The first thing is done. Let's import it in our Pokédex. Just below the search box, let's import the Poke list. Just give me a second. Yeah, Poke list. Awesome. So this is done now. So now, as you can see, we will be able to see Pokemon 1 and Pokemon 2. Now, instead of having this Pokemon 1, 2, 3, 4 assigned hard-coded inside the p tag, let's keep it inside our Poke card containers, the Poke card elements. So as you can see here, each Pokemon is present inside its own Poke card component. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to create another component. I'm going to call that Poke card. And you already know the game here. We need to create a TypeScript component, and we also need to create a CSS file. And if we were adding tests, we will also need to create test file for that. I'll probably try to cover the test frameworks like Jest in the later sections of AAM series. First we are going through the basics. Cool. So again, let's import the CSS file pokecard.css and let's create a pokecard component. Very simple. And again, let's export default pokecard and let's return the div. Let's give it a class name of, let's say, pokecard itself, pokecard. That seems to be perfect. And inside that, again, we need to have an image here. So let's not add image right now. Let's add image afterwards. But for now, let's keep it a comment. To do add image. That's very simple. And let's add the name. Let's say let's add the name from the props. So you already know the concept of props. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to add a props, let's say props object here, and inside props. So yes, again I'm going to, so this is TypeScript, as you know, this is not JavaScript. So I'm going to define the type of props as any for now, just for the time being. And I'm going to tell you all the types, what all types are present in TypeScript and what is TypeScript in just the next video, because once we are done with our static designs, we are going to jump on to TypeScript. So don't worry at all about that for now. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add props.name. Very simple. Cool. So let's import, instead of using Pokemon, let's try to use the Poke card, and I'm going to give the name equal to let's say for first one Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon. And for the subsequent ones, let's give another names. Let's say Bulbasaur, and then there was Ivysaur. Then there was, let's see some names from here: Venusaur and Charizard. Venusaur and Charizard. Charizard is an amazing Pokemon, super powerful Pokemon. Perfect. So now let's see what we have here. Perfect. So we have Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and Charizard. So all we need to do now is style this component, and styling it is going to be very, very simple, as you already know the concept of flexbox. So I'm going to keep my flex direction as column, because we already know we need to show the image here as well, and these are aligned column wise. Although right now you won't see the difference on column and row because there's only one element, but once I add more element, you are going to see the difference. I'm going to align items as center, again background color, and the same thing. Let's copy and paste that from our Poke search result.css. Same thing, the card is going to be styled exactly the same. The border radius is going to be 5 pixels. So as you can know, we can also make the CSS much more efficient by using Sass and reusing the templates. But as you know, it's not currently a CSS tutorial, it's a React tutorial, so don't worry about that, even if we have to repeat ourselves a few times in the CSS. Cool. Perfect. So that's that. And then transform to translate Z of 0. Perfect. And let's add a back face visibility of hidden. That seems cool. And then let's keep a little bit of transition as we hover it to be transform. How about 0.3 seconds or maybe 0.25 seconds, and let's keep it ease out. That seems perfect, 100% perfect. Margin 10 pixels, and let's keep a minimum width of at least 150 pixels, but we don't need to increase it from 150 pixels because you know that none of the Pokemon name is going to exceed 150 pixels, but still we can keep it flex grow as 1 because we never know, maybe in future, let's say if a new let's say, oh, we added the wrong element here, right? We were applying the styles on Poke card, and the name of the class is Poke card, not Poke list. So yeah, Poke card hover, and inside that I'm going to add my transform to be scale. I'm just going to make it a little bit more big, let's say 1.05 times. That's perfect. That's 100% perfect and perfect. Now that is working. So this is super cool. Now we are done with the static designs, and now from the next video we can go on to the second phase, which is going to be understanding TypeScript, understanding the basics of TypeScript and trying to integrate the types with our application. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.